Hello, thanks so much for stopping by. My name is Melisa with 1S, but you can call me Mel, and today is going to be a very special video for me that I want to share with you. I will be reacting to my first plant mom journey video that I posted here on YouTube to share with you. I don't know, I'm just excited to see how much my collection has grown, how much I've learned, the way I talk about my plants and stuff. I haven't actually watched this video since I obviously published it, so it's been a while. It's been a year this month, so that's going to be exciting. This video was posted on July 15th, 2020, and now it's July 2021, so it'll be really cool to see how much has changed, if anything. Yeah, so grab a snack and we are going to be watching this video. I'll be reacting and commenting on some of the things that I say as well. All right, let's play the video. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Melisa with 1S, but you can call me Mel, and today I'm so excited to record this video because I get to talk about my houseplants, and I have a few of them on display behind me. So right away I can notice a few things. So I still have that golden pothos. It's downstairs on one of the coffee tables. I still have that snake plant. I actually just sold my fiddle-leaf fig. I sold it and it was 6 feet tall. It was more of an investment sale, which was good. The money just goes back into my plants. And then also the Monstera on the left I don't have, but the Monstera that's right behind me, you can see one of the leaves. It's actually the one that's here. So it's super cool to see how much it's grown, that it's still with me. I think it had 2 leaves when I bought it, so it definitely has a lot more. It still has the original leaves as well. But anyways, so it's nice to see that I still have some of the plants. I'm super excited because it has been something that I wanted to share on YouTube. Again, I wasn't too sure if people were going to be able to relate, but I have been starting to watch YouTubers, and I think that people will be able to relate to what I'm going to be talking. Definitely people are relating to me opening up about my crazy plant mom life, and it's really cool to see how much things have changed in the plant community or houseplant community because of the pandemic, because of COVID. It was more of a worldwide situation, so a lot of people around the world could relate to the fact that I had houseplants and we were able to chat about it. Specifically, I wanted to share how I went from 5 office plants to, I think, over 25. And here I thought that 25 was a lot of plants. So if you watch this video, I'm not going to repeat kind of like the situation. I will be talking about it in the video, but it's amazing to believe that I thought that 25 plants was a lot. House plants. I'm nervous because not a lot of people know that I have a lot of plants. The only people that do know are my mom, my boyfriend, and a friend or two. But I don't think anybody has an idea of how many plants I have. That's very true as well. I think I actually posted my YouTube video and shared the information with you guys before a lot of my family, my friends knew how many plants I had. So it was definitely the start of the crazy plant lady collection shenanigans. So that's kind of funny. So I'm excited to share because it just brought me a lot of joy in my life, and I love watching them thrive and grow in my environment or in their environment, and just, you know, propagating and repotting, just everything that comes with being a plant mom. Those are still all things that I love to do. If anything, I've definitely learned a lot through propagating and all that, taking care of my plants. So it's amazing to know how far I've come, how many plants I've grown through propagation and from the start. So that's pretty cool that I still love doing that. I first had 5 house plants or office plants when I was at work. So this is before I started working remotely. These 5 plants were gifted, so I hadn't bought any before. A few of my friends started buying me plants, and they were really nice gifts, and I was able to use them at my office as a decorative piece. Even my manager, she said it really helped, you know, just bring in a calming environment and a homey feeling. Right away, aside from the plant stuff and me talking, I can definitely notice I even feel more comfortable and confident on camera and talking to a camera, and now I know that I can connect the camera to people that I talk to on YouTube, so real people that are now, you know, checking in and watching my videos, commenting, subscribing. So you can definitely tell the difference between a year ago and now, so I'm pretty proud of myself for that. But anyways. It also helped me with having something to take care of throughout the day. I usually will water them during my lunchtime, check in on them, and make sure I water them before the weekend. But when I started working remotely, I had to bring them home. It's pretty amazing how I started. So being at my office, having these 5 plants, you know, life how it was in the past, and how life has changed is also pretty incredible to see how much has happened within the past year. But anyways, now I'm going to talk about bringing them home, so that's going to be a fun thing to hear. So what happened was I didn't have anywhere to put them, but we found out within 24 hours that we had to start working from home. So I brought them home, didn't have any space or any specific spot that I could put them on, so I decided to ask my boyfriend to build a shelf for me. I just bought some wood at Home Depot, and our first shelf, oh my gosh, we've definitely come a long way. Aw, I remember putting that together. The shelf had 2 shelves. That's past, so had 2 shelves. Some of the plants needed to be right at the window, some of them didn't. But because they were right at the window in my office, I figured that would be the best spot. So I built a shelf with my boyfriend, and it looked great. It's very simple. My boyfriend, who's now my fiance, by the way. I'll probably do like a DIY plant ideas for home decor because I think it turned out really well, and it was cheap, so it worked out for us, and it holds a lot of plants. From then on, I ended up buying some more plants because the shelf was a little bare, and some of them were bigger, some of them were smaller. I wanted to mix it up, but I also had to repot them. So just the idea of designing, you know, terracotta, white, silver, whatever your home decor theme is. I have most of my pots in terracotta, which I really like just because I tend to overlove my plants. So with that being said, I like to overwater them. A terracotta really is able to manage that. So I said I like to overwater them, but I think what I meant was I just like the act of watering my plants weekly. And I've definitely learned a lot more about my plants and learned what they all need when it comes to watering. It's kind of fun to see how I thought about it before versus how I feel about it now, where I almost water maybe 3 times a week, but it's because certain plants need water at certain points. I don't just have a schedule where I water once a week. It's fun to see how even my schedule and my habits have changed. Just to absorb some of that moisture and avoid that root rot. If you've had plants, or if you have plants, you'll understand kind of the whole idea of terracotta pots. I won't go into that in this video. So I definitely still use terracotta. That's still something I have. I still have the mixture of decor, so terracotta, plastic, tin, that kind of stuff, so that hasn't changed. I bought 5 plants from a garden center near me, and so that added to my 5 plants, turned into 10. And then from there, we just continued on buying plants. I say we because my boyfriend got into it as well. So he bought a few plants, like a money tree and some alocasias. But before we knew it, we had to add a shelf to the plant shelf that we had made. And I ended up making a shelf for my bedroom. So now I loved making these shelves because I lived in an apartment back when I was doing this video, so a year ago. And I had to improvise on how to display my plants, how to make room for my plants. So it's fun to see how creative I was with the space that I had. I have more plants in my bedroom. And I ended up like exploring different ways to display plants. So I used certain things that could elevate the plants, that could be reused to hold a plant. And again, I can share that with you in another video. From then on, I started to learn about propagation and just started researching more about different plants that I would want. So the whole process was just super awesome, especially because I was working remotely. It gave me something else to do. Now it's become a hobby. So something that became something that just kept me occupied while working from home has become a hobby, which is pretty awesome. So a whole 360, right? Where something that wasn't really on my mind of doing ended up being something that I love, which is pretty cool. Something that brings me joy. It's something that's part of my week. I have a schedule of, watering them on Saturdays, checking in on them on Wednesdays, cleaning the leaves, checking if I need to repot any, changing the water for the propagations. These are all things that are just part of my weekly routine of taking care of my home, and that includes my plants. So I would say the schedule is pretty much the same, where it's one day during the week or 2 days during the week where I check on my plants, and then on the weekend, which obviously I have more time. So not much has changed with the schedule, maybe just with the watering in particular. If anyone can share their experience, or if anyone relates to going from just a few plants to a bunch of plants of over 25, let me know, because sometimes I thought I was going to feel, crazy about it, or maybe the idea was going to kind of fall through and change my mind about plants, So obviously I haven't changed my mind about plants. It's definitely part of my life now because they're just always growing and they bring me a lot of joy. Yeah, it's kind of nice to know that, hey, Melissa, you are still into plants. It wasn't just kind of like an interest just for the moment to keep me busy. It was actually something that brought me joy and I still love to do, and that I still love to have around me. So that's nice. I'm really into it, and it's been about 3-4 months now, and my collection just keeps growing. Like I said, I keep learning about the plants, I keep buying plants, and it's just such a great way to learn about something else. Like I said in my other video, just something else that has nothing to do with my work and nothing to do with what's going on in the world. It's definitely been a way for me to just take that time to take care of my plants, and a way to self-care. It's super helpful to have that, and it's something I don't have to go out and do. They're in my house. I have to take. So yeah, because it was a pandemic, of course, not having to go out and just having your plants at home was a bonus. Again, just like how it's changed, right? Obviously, where I live, we were in a lockdown multiple times or for long periods of time. And now the restrictions are becoming less and less, which is nice to see. But again, something that was just meant to keep me busy has turned into an actual hobby and something that I love. What I want you to do is also leave a comment down below and let me know how you felt the past year. What's your journey? How has your plant collection evolved? What are the things that you've learned? Like any information that you want to provide me, leave a comment down below. Let me know, you reflecting on the last year, what does that look like for your plant collection and for your plant parent journey? And if I get enough comments in the comments section, then I can actually make a video where I will share all of your experiences. So just keeping that in mind too, if you do want me to share it. If you don't want me to share it, just make a note saying, just don't want to share it. But I would love to see how your plant parent journey has also evolved. Take care of them here. And yeah, I've just loved it. And if I move into a house, I'll have a better idea of how many plants I can have and find different ways on how I can display them. Right now, just to kind of give an update, I just bought a couple plants this past week. I'm finding different ways on how I can buy plants. So before I talk about that, so I did end up moving into a house, so that's awesome to see that we have moved within the last year of me playing this video. And now I definitely use my plants as decor. They're probably in all the rooms besides like my fiance's drum room. But it's pretty cool to see that yes, I did end up using my plants as decor. They are a staple in my home. There's a lot of them that are basically focal points of rooms in my home. So that's awesome to see that I did incorporate that into my decor. what I should do. So Kijiji, or if there's someone selling a cutting. And I'm learning how to budget with that, because I think at the beginning I didn't know a lot about how you can buy a plant or where you can buy a plant. So there's a lot of things that I'm still learning, and I love to learn more about the plants. Now I can also manage how much money I spend on plants, because there are just so many places that people are selling cuttings and you can start something from scratch. Like I have a Monstera. I have a juvenile Monstera that I bought at the garden center, but I bought a more mature Monstera with fenestrations because I was impatient. And same with the fiddle leaf fig. I have a smaller one that I bought at the garden center because, one, they're expensive when they're big, but I got this one at Walmart for low price, and I was like, I definitely need one. So a few things, price or money that you spend on plants. Oh my gosh, if I told my past self how much money I would spend on a plant, I would probably not believe myself. I haven't spent an enormous amount, like, you know, the 4 digits or high 3 digits, but definitely under $200, especially like Syngonium albo, Anthurium clarinarium, or my Philodendron gloriosum. Those are probably my top 3 most expensive plants, so between $100 and $200. But back then, I probably thought that spending $40 or $25 on a plant was expensive, or that I was like pushing it. So definitely the pricing in plants, we all know, has gone up, and things are always changing. Definitely the cost, I probably wouldn't have believed myself that I would continue to spend money on plants. It's quite interesting to see. Because again, just being impatient sometimes, but it's also exciting to see that new growth and see the plants thrive in the environment. I probably wouldn't have believed myself if I said that I would have a massive mature Monstera. I'm sure if you've seen my past videos, or if you're on my Instagram, then you definitely know what my mature Monstera looks like. If you showed me a picture saying you would one day have this plant, I would probably laugh and not believe myself. So definitely another surprise through my plant mom journey. I'm also doing some peppers on our balcony, and that's also cool to see something that's edible, and we can make salsas with it or whatever. So it's definitely been something that I've taken on as a hobby, an interest, and also just something else. Instead of getting like, you know, a dog or an animal or anything else to take care of, I think it's kind of the same idea where, you know, plants, they do need to be taken care of. They do provide you instant gratification as well, seeing new growth and seeing them change color and seeing, you know, babies pop up, because I have a lot of plants that, like my sansevierias, a few of them have a lot of babies, and so does my ZZ plant. So just, yeah, just it definitely brings a smile to my face, because it's telling you, okay, you're doing a good job, you're being a good plant mom, and I'm just excited to continue on this plant mom journey. Aw, I'm so cute. Aww. So we are still growing peppers. So we did move into our house. We did continue to grow peppers. We have tomatoes, we have peppers, we have herbs, we have a bunch of stuff like mint, and we have some smaller tomatoes, so the sweet tomatoes, or sorry, cherry tomatoes. So a variety of things that we're growing. So it's nice to see that I was growing the peppers on my balcony a year ago, but this year we're able to grow them in our garden. I just love how I'm so enthusiastic and so just like fresh in the plant house world. Seeing myself now, I'm pretty proud that not only have I evolved, but I've obviously learned a lot about my plants. I'm good at taking care of my plants. They're all thriving, and I've had a really good experience taking care of plants, as opposed to, like I said, a dog or a kid or whatever, right? Any other hobby or any other thing that you would take care of, or any human, right? So substitute that with whatever else, but I think I've also learned a lot through my plants and the plant mom journey. So let's see how I finish off this video. And being able to build on my collection, but again, just always learning about the plants that I already have and a better way to take care of them. So that's that. Things escalated pretty quickly, and based on some of the videos that I've watched, I don't feel alone because you think you know, you buy one or two and then they turn into a lot more, and I think that's just part of, you know, loving plants and watching them do good and grow. And yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this video and me sharing my plant mom journey. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing some other plants come to my home, and I'll end up also making a video of some DIY plant decorative ideas. And yeah, so give it a thumbs up if you liked this video, subscribe if you want to watch some more of my videos. So definitely I was excited, and here I am today. I have quite a few more plants than what I did a year ago. I think it's awesome. Like I said, leave a comment down below if you feel the same way, if you've grown, if your plant collection has grown. How do you feel about it? How has your experience been? I want to see how other people's year has gone. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I think that was fun to look back, and maybe I can do it like do a yearly thing if I'm still sticking around. I also wanted to wrap up by saying thank you so much to 600 subscribers. As I'm recording this video, I have 600 subscribers, and I wish you all the best, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching my videos. Continue to comment, because I definitely love interacting with everyone. I've learned a lot from everyone, and I've definitely met a lot of people, especially for those that have connected with me on Instagram. I'm definitely more active on Instagram on a day-to-day basis, so if you do want to chat more, I'm definitely there. I'll leave my link here. But other than that, I guess that's it for my reaction video, and I'm super excited to see where my collection goes from here. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon.